Hi guys, today I'm bringing you something that's really different to the usual thing that I do. I'm showing you a deathmatch game that I've played. This is my first ever deathmatch game and I'm a total deathmatch noob. So what's happened basically is that I've decided I wanted to try and get into deathmatch a little bit because I feel as though it's going to help my late game in random map games, so in RM. So I had some coaching from the queen of deathmatch, Brisolyn. She's very highly ranked within deathmatch, and she's just got massive passion for deathmatch. So I had some coaching from Brisolyn, but also from Clemonsor, who's a pro deathmatch player. And as you can see, by the opening build, this is a particular build order, it's a hell of a lot different to playing an RM game, and a lot of the things that happen here is just feels unnatural to me as an RM player. So obviously first thing you're doing is you're sticking down a load of buildings, but you want to send your scout over to the enemy base to try and kill some of their villagers. Looks as though I did pick one off there. Now I'm not actually microing the scout, you just send it over on aggressive stance and just kind of leave it to it, because you want to be focusing on getting your base set up, getting your production buildings down, getting the units out, and really sort of getting the game going. So during the coaching that I had, Clemonsor was very strict, I suppose, in terms of building placement. So he's probably not going to be probably not going to be too impressed with what I've done with the building placements. But generally, you want to have like one tile in between each building and around the town centre. It just prevents or makes it a lot more difficult for when the enemy army is coming in and trying to ruin your base, really. So just because they can't get in, just blocks things off a little bit. So effectively, we are playing this as a Huns, and the build, they have specific build orders. So this one particularly is to have 4 stables, 6 rangers and 6 barracks. And pretty much as soon as you've got those initial buildings up, you want to start looking at getting economy buildings down, so town centres. Getting a couple of monasteries down just so I can start collecting relics. I've got a castle on the way. Probably should have gone more into town centre production. I think this is one of the big things that I'm unsure of in terms of the economy side, is sort of when to start getting that economy going. And it's pretty much as soon as you've got those military buildings up, just go straight into getting town centres up, because as you can see, the resources, the gold is pretty much gone. Obviously you could get a market and do a bit of selling of wood and gold, and potentially wood and food, and potentially a little bit of stone, but it's also going to be better off to just get an proper economy going. So once you've pretty much got your army together, you just send it forward, go on the attack, sending some paladins in there to try and do a bit of raiding. I'm playing against the Vietnamese, is going quite heavy into battle elephants, which is quite challenging, but especially versus the cav archers, and with the Vietnamese and their rattan archers as well. So perhaps not ideal to stick in with cav archers, but they are doing a job. They're doing a fairly decent job because there's such a big mass of them. But effectively just going in trying to wreck the production buildings here, and as you can see, because of how they've been placed, it's quite easy for me to get around and get access to those buildings, and just generally cause havoc. The only the big issue we've got is just all these castles. That's the main issue, and especially as they're sort of protecting these gold piles there. So obviously fighting under this many castles is going to be causing me quite a bit of damage, so probably not the best place to try and launch an attack, but it did delay these other 2 castles coming up, so in that respect I was fairly happy with it. But sent some cav archers in just to try and raid his economy. So as you can see, his actual production buildings, he's not got that many in comparison to myself. He's not really got much of an eco going. As you can see, I've got another town centre. I mean, my economy is not great. That's you want to be looking at about 7 or 8 town centres really. So I could have had some more around here. and really, you know, some around here on the stone as well, and really getting that eco going. But yeah, not bad to say. This was my first ever game. I was quite pleased with it. Decided to sort of bring in a bit of a forward castle. I've got a couple of castles already, just getting some trebs out, start bringing down these castles. Just continuing to raid and try and get rid of his production buildings where I can with the paladin, and try and prevent anything else from happening really. Now, the fact that he's just got rat and archers mainly makes it fairly straightforward for the paladin. I mean, my focus with the paladin is just to get rid of these production buildings, but eventually we will sort of be able to get rid of the rat and archers, target them. We are getting more and more halberdiers, but at this point obviously the production is slow because of lack of gold, and you probably see with the enemy he's not really got much gold either. So yeah, it's just a case of getting those castles down, trapping those down. I am still doing some raiding, trying to find if there are any villages anywhere. Take these cav archers to go and just check out all these gold houses to see if he's expanded across the map at all, which thankfully he hasn't, but those rattan archers will probably die. But one castle down, got plenty of troops on the way. I've had to go into trash because of the lack of gold, so as I say, definitely could have been a bit better with the economy, but we are starting to spread out a little bit more now, get some more town centres down. I mean, it's quite difficult with it being on the Acropolis. Bezer probably could have fit a town centre in there, but you need to be getting your monks to start collecting relics there. I've got some relics as well. As you can see, those scouts are just going around just to check out the rest of the map. Had to make a switch to Hussar, which I think was fine against the rattan archers, but they are dying quite quickly to the castles. But I really wanted to get those trebs down, which I've been able to get rid of one, which is fine. Getting another castle up, another forward castle. I mean, at this point it's pretty much GD because he's not really got much in terms of production buildings. He's got no economy. So yeah, definitely got the upper hand here. It's nice to have the hill bonus as well for the trebs. And as you can see, those castles are really starting to come down now. Obviously the halberdiers are not going to do particularly well against rattan archers, but on such a large mass of them, we are able to do some damage. But certainly not now they're walking into the town centre, into the castle. But yeah, it's just a case of bringing them forward and getting the rest of those castles down. I'm not sure what I'm doing at this point. Not a lot by the look of it, but neither is he, so I'm not sure what's happening. Looks as though I'm just trying to get some more units out at this point, but I think by this time I know I've already kind of got the upper hand and I'm winning. A lot of idle economy, so very, very sloppy. But the fact that a deathmatch is played on fast speed, so again for me it just felt absolutely nuts. Just felt crazy, just the whole pace of it. But the reason why I wanted to get into deathmatches, as I say, I think it's just going to help me with my late game in RM and help me in expanding across the map, because it's something that I'm absolutely rubbish at doing. Probably help me in terms of expanding economy and things like that. So it could be quite beneficial, I think, to learn deathmatch. Trapping some trees there, obviously a misclick, but yeah, it is played in fast speed, so this is actually really slow at the minute because it's just playing on, I think it's playing on the normal speed as a playback. But yeah, it's definitely a lot quicker. Perhaps not that quick. Perhaps not that quick, but yeah, just bringing the traps forward now. Just gonna get rid of those castles a bit more, but yeah, it's definitely GG at this point. But he's not really got any economy. He's got some villages out now, but you can't really do anything with it. He's got no resources left. He's getting some more castles down, another 4 castles, but yeah, kind of useless at that point without an army. Started to go for cav archers again. I think that was very much due to trying to combat the light cav, but also to pick off any villagers that might pop out. Just looking at getting more and more troops on the go. Eventually I'll start pushing this castle. But yeah, so I think the fact that it's being played in fast speed as opposed to the playback here is just why it looks as there's a lot of inactivity. As I'm actually doing things, I think it's mainly just getting all the military on the go and getting some production down and getting the economy going. But yeah, quite a big mass of troops now. It's got not really got any castles left. Got a couple that's being made, but nothing major. It's just a little bit of a snowball now, just coming forward and killing them off. But I'm looking forward to having another coaching session with Brisolyn. Something that she's quite looking forward to as well, which would be good. So we have had a little bit of a review of one of my games before. So I actually played 3 games now. I've won 2, lost 1. And she had a little look at the one that I lost and gave me some good pointers for that in terms of getting some siege out. So and when to sort of start making the economy. So I seem to do the economy okay in this game. I've certainly not done enough, and I was a bit late in doing so. But I think I kind of got to this point where I didn't really feel as though I really needed to do much more anyway. From an economy side, I just needed to push. So I think most of my focus now is just getting the army out and attacking. But I will put links in the description for Brisolyn's Twitch and YouTube, which I do advise you go and have a look at, because she's really good, really top player with regards to deathmatch. She is part of the Age of Queens sort of collaboration group as well, or team, which is fantastic. And that's it. GG.